Many girls in long-distance relationships worry about losing each other at any moment because one switch could end everything. It's even worse when the relationship starts to fade and they don't know what to do next. This clip will show you how to maintain a long-distance relationship. It won't be for everyone, but those in long-distance relationships must not miss it, or your relationship might reach a point where you can't try anymore. First, avoid letting arguments and anger happen because this will easily widen the distance between you. Since you are far apart, once an argument happens, there aren't many ways to fix it. So before finding ways to improve your relationship, avoid making it worse. If arguments already happen, how do you handle them? Immediately tell him that you don't want these arguments to occur. Next, don't blame him for being right or wrong. Just share how sad you feel and suggest the best way to resolve it quickly without dragging it out. If he loves you, he will resolve it with you. Secondly, have your own life to be less idle. Why? Because being too idle leads to random thoughts. Few girls do this, but you should find ways to talk that aren't boring. Without arguments and suspicion, your relationship has a chance to develop. No matter how good your conversations are, if you argue after a few sentences and think randomly, he will still find the relationship very tiring. For working people, time passes quickly, but for idle people, time drags like 100 years. When you have your own life, not only will you be less suspicious or argue less, but your attraction will increase, and you'll have new stories to share every day. That's how to maintain your love beautifully. Finally, after avoiding arguments and having your own life, your current relationship will stay the same, neither better nor worse. So the next and most important thing you need to do is attract him closer. Why? Because if you are far apart, it's very hard for your love to develop well and last. There are too many barriers between you two. First, a man's feelings will fade when away from a woman for a long time due to his biological mechanism. Men find it very hard to build feelings of love when far away. Second, your stories will fade as your connection weakens. Some things can only be built and strongly felt when meeting in person. Once your conversations fade, they will continue to fade and be very hard to revive unless the man shortens the distance with you. Third, you are limiting the good things that could come to you. I'm saying it's hard, not impossible. I've seen some friends and siblings who had to go far away unwillingly. They are still married and happy now, but out of 100 or 1,000 couples, only one couple makes it. Just because you see them married doesn't mean they are happy. Because you are not them, how would you know? That's why you have to increase your attraction to pull him closer. If he has to go far, it should only be an unavoidable situation. He has to go, not because he chooses to. Next, you have to seriously talk to him about when you can be close again. You can't accept a relationship without an end, drifting aimlessly. It's like getting into a taxi without knowing where you're going. If you see this love as just an experience, then keep going. But if you want a happy relationship with a destination, you need to know when he will come back. If until now he still can't plan when he'll return, then you should reconsider this relationship. In summary, when in a long-distance relationship, first, avoid arguments to not worsen the relationship. Second, have your own life to not hurt or depend on the relationship. Finally, increase your attraction to draw him closer. That's the only way to maintain a long-distance love. To last, you need to be close, not far, as distance is very fragile and there's no other way. So what happens if he doesn't shorten the distance? Your relationship will have all sorts of problems. You'll find your love fading. Conversations will keep going into dead ends with nothing to say. More anger, more suspicion, and indifference will gradually appear. He might even have someone else there, and you wouldn't know. Think carefully if that's true. If you act, you won't waste time on a relationship without an end. This way your love can last. But girls often think that love can overcome everything. But what happens if only you love him? Have you thought about this? Remember, if a man loves you, he won't go far. And if forced to go far, he will return as soon as possible and be even more passionate because he fears losing you. Some men take their girl with them or demand to marry her before going far, because they see her as the last one. Losing her means no more chances. If he chooses to go far for no reason, your relationship might already be damaged without you realizing it. It's different when one side doesn't want to go but has to, and the other wants to go. So you need to confirm if he loves you enough to continue. If you continue, you must agree on when to reunite. Also, you need to increase your attraction to pull him back, not just sit and wait forever. In reality, you can't say you love someone without knowing when you'll reunite. And if there's no binding yet, girls shouldn't limit the better things that can come to them. If someone says they love you but chooses to be far, you need to reconsider the relationship. If you've been in a long-distance relationship from the start, you shouldn't have entered such a relationship. It's extremely disadvantageous for women. In some long-distance cases, you can still be happy. However, whether the relationship can be truly happy is very hard. There are extreme barriers between two people. No matter how beautiful or skillful you are, you can't avoid the relationship deteriorating. Because when two people are not together, it's fundamentally lacking. We deserve a quality, fulfilling, truly happy relationship, not a bland, distant, and lacking one. I hope my advice helps with your long-distance relationship. If you found this guide helpful, please like it to help us reach more people, as YouTube's algorithm favors videos with many likes. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more informative content. This is the Love and Life channel. Thank you for your attention.